Today, I'm interviewing with a very successful local entrepreneur, the man, the myth, the legend. Guess who? Let's go.
Hey, Leo.
Hey, Max, long
Welcome to
time
my
no see.
office.
Wow,
Yes.
look at this gigantic office. Let's
Well,
go.
come on in.
Max, it's great to be here at the Bravo Vancouver headquarter.
Yes, thank you, Leo.
I'm really thrilled to be here.
In Vancouver, I think we have been working very hard on penetrating the dining market. Yes, we have been trying to introduce our digital wallet to consumers so that they could use it every day in everyday spending.
We partner with more than 400 restaurants, maybe shops later in future. Let's start talking about how you start this business and how you actually how Bravo actually empowers business locally for the restaurants and shops.
Yes, so we have been working in the payment industry for more than 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And during that time, a lot of SMBs or restaurants, they came and asked me, goes like, Max, you know about technology, right? I'm like, well, yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah. Can you build a website for me?
Website.
Yes, I'm like, well, what do you need the website for? It's like, okay, I want to be on Google. I want my customer to actually see us. And then I built website for them. And then later on, they goes like, hey, can you develop gift card system for me? I'm like, why do you need gift card system? They're like, well, because I want to lock in my customer. I want my loyal customer to prepay me and come as often as they can, you know. And then, yeah, we did all these stuff for them. But unfortunately, they don't have the scale to actually operate these systems.
Right.
And not until 2024, we begin to start trying to solve these problems. Well, since each individual restaurant, they cannot maintain their own website and gift card. How about we become a platform? We are going to promote them. We are going to come out with one digital gift card that is going to work in all the restaurants.
I mean, when AllScale starts to look at partners, we're like, oh, I know Bravo. I'm a loyal user. Why don't we ask them, right? So you mentioned about 2024. Is that when you started the business?
Yes, that's when we started Bravo.
Bravo,
yes,
yeah.
And prior to that, I have been working on IoT Pay, which is
that's the payment that
yes.
you talk about, IoT Pay.
Yes.
It's also a very well-known and famous platform.
I think we are in an amazing time. Everybody is talking about AI.
Because you're in a very traditional local business in serving restaurants. How does AI combine with human effort and stuff like that in the restaurant scenario? I think that's a challenge, right? People ask that question.
Yes, and I actually really think, Leo, this is exciting. I think we are witnessing the distinction of the search button.
Search button.
And earlier I mentioned the SMBs, the restaurants. They were still trying to figure out how to build and maintain a website. But since that search button is going distinct, it's no longer there.
Yeah.
The decision-making process from users' intent to how they make a decision to, at the end, having a transaction is going to be compressed into, I don't know, maybe 10% of the time that we used before. Yes, and that's what I think. If the SMB cannot even maintain their website, how are they going to do it in the AI era?
Yeah, how are they going to catch up the flow, catch up the trend, right?
Yes.
With all these crazy AI, I'm really amazed.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing how before when we're trying to promote stablecoin solutions to crypto companies, and there are more AI companies coming for us and saying that, hey, can you help us integrate this? Can AllScale empower our business? I realized like stablecoin is a very critical, I would say, theme or elements in this whole payment flow right now with AI technology. How do you feel about it? How is crypto playing the role in this entire flow from your perspective?
Absolutely, because I think in these years, more and more people are actually into stablecoins.
Yeah.
Well, we are not talking about crypto. Crypto, we
Yeah,
know there's massive population
we are
into
distinct
crypto.
people from, you invest into crypto versus business actually apply stablecoin for business scale.
Yep.
So for scalability stuff, that's totally different portfolio.
Well,
Go ahead.
if there's a lot of people using stablecoins, for us, our mission is to build this transaction layer for these agentic commerce. So if we are building that transaction layer, we would like to close the loop, the whole loop from a user having an intention to the AI decision-making part, actually help them to make decisions, end up helping them to act, which lands on a transactions. If a user is using stablecoin and we are unable to process stablecoin, then we cannot close the loop.
Exactly.
Yes,
I
and
mean-
I think that's what AllScale is very important, not only to us, but to a lot of the tech entrepreneur who is trying to catch up or who is already going ahead of this AI age.
According to what you're saying, your vision, I think that's a very futuristic company right now to me. And you embrace the wave of AI, evolvement, AI technologies, and as you mentioned, like entire flow, like when in future the button is gonna disappear, and people are just gonna say their intent with a prompt or with a voice capture, and everything will translate into business flow into the whole system. So is that what Bravo is aiming for future? To really fully integrate with AI agents and everything?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's absolutely what's going on because a lot of our clients, including SMBs,
Yeah.
including restaurants, some of the owner actually come to me and goes like, "Hey Max, can you build an AI for me?" I'm like,
Eventually, you guys become I would say a centralized outsourcing vendor.
I think all the way from how we manage our clients, our CRM system, to including how we are going to work, how we are going to arrange different positions. Everything is going to change. Everything is going to be reworked. Earlier, you mentioned coupon. Yeah. Well,
That was last decade as well. Yeah.
Yes, I think coupon, way back in the 70s, when they mailed out coupon books, yes, that's a very good business model. Everybody liked it. They were, and they pay for the coupon as well. And I think for us, the biggest opportunity lied in agentic age. Like, how is coupon going to be look like? How is payment going to be look like? Are they all going to be integrated? Is it really like the world is going to be A to A, like agent to agent?
Yeah.
Or is it a lot of company is going to be like A to B or B to A? I mean, it's fascinating.
I think there's an old saying says nobody succeeds without a reason. So I know that you are really futuristic. Your mindset is modernized. That's
Leo,
the key elements.
Yes. Talking about success, I think AllScale has been very successful. Yeah, because I
Not
know.
yet. I'm hoping we're aiming for big.
Yes, I remember last time you told me there's around 1 million users on your platform.
More than that. We
More
have
than that.
more than 2 million right now.
And that's only how long?
Only for 4 months.
Only 4 months.
Yeah, starting from last December. We're less than 4 months.
I'm jealous. Can you tell me how you did it? Like, what's the value that you guys?
Well, this is the secret sauce. I know you have your secret sauce. I was gonna asking how you bootstrap your business, but I don't want to steal your idea, all of it. But I'm just joking. The bottom line is we provide a service for real need for AllScale. Last year we built the products starting from a consumer product, right? People really from Latin, Africa, Southeast Asia. These people are underbanked or unbanked. You will be amazed how people spend so much time trying to obtain a U.S. bank account. I talk to many friends in Hong Kong and even people from Southeast Asia. I have my community members in Latin, in African. And there's just no way for them to easily get the US dollar account, even though they're doing the rightful business. For example, my friend doing e-commerce, they're in the e-commerce sector, trying to get a PayPal, and it's a pain in the ass. He spent a month to really get a US dollar in the PayPal. And when he tries to cash out to Hong Kong dollar, it takes around 14 business days. Sometimes even block the transaction for whatever reason they have.
Yes.
And when people telling me, can I have a different way, accept different payment method? And the fundamental is to get rid of this bureaucratic system. I mean, I have no issues, opinions on the legacy banking system. It's great. It's when you're trying to preserve your assets and doing investment stuff, it's great. It's all good. But when you do global business, especially when you talk so much about SMBs, and when SMB have challenge with global business, I think that's where stablecoin comes in. And we, as AllScale, we provide real business usage and solutions for people. That's why, how we can succeed, how we can, grow so much in a short period of time. I think that's one of the reasons. And also, because we are 100% non-custodial. Non-custodial means we don't custody any asset of users, money, dollars. We just provide a solution layer for them to custody their asset themselves. So we're not really selling the products. We're not really selling the team. We're not really selling our backgrounds. We're selling trust, right? That's why we choose the very, very difficult and challenging routes at the very beginning, because the non-custodial stack solution is way harder than the centralized wallet. But I think eventually it turns out to be the right thing. We started January last year. It's been a year building the products. But our hope, our vision is this model gonna win in long run. And that's what we're aiming for.
So tell me something, Leo. How, as the AllScale co-founder, how are you looking at the AI age? Like what does AI mean to you?
Exactly. Yeah. What we are providing, we are embracing AI totally. Internally, we build this cloud bot. We integrate with cloud AI code for people to really use a prompt, integrate with AllScale. So our vision is, as you mentioned, agentic payment, A2A payment is the future. The purpose of AI, number one, is to facilitate and optimize the entire workflow for user. It makes more efficient. Maybe for your work efficiency increased by 500%, right? The other thing is AI tries to understand what you want without you saying exactly the thing. So it's very important. I think your vision, your future is really, really bright with Bravo. Because in future, it will become agents help you to collect money, spend money, and invest money. And it's really hard to rely that on the existing legacy banking system. I would say in future, everything will be relying on stablecoin for AI. Because imagine, how does bank allow you to spend less than a cent? In future, it's going to be a high frequency, small amount, that type of thing. Because agents know what to do more efficiently every microsecond, I think. So how are they going to spend $1 every microsecond? It's going to be a challenge for AI. So AI is going to be very, I would say, a small segments for your transactions. And that's exactly what AllScale is aiming for. We are providing the full abstraction of service of on-chain service, because we don't really need people to understand what's blockchain, what's different tokens and stable coins. As long as you think this, this is legitimate. For example, this is backed by US dollar, this is backed by SP 500 or T-bill, right? That's enough. And leave everything else to AI agent. So what AllScale right now is building is building this infrastructure so that AI can easily integrate without a lot of barrier. And there are several products we're building, and I think right now Bravo is integrating with AllScale's checkout solutions so that people can top up their stable coins. As you mentioned, stablecoin is very essential because the legacy banking system cannot be leveraged by AI, period.
So basically, you are trying to enable that infrastructure layer or let's say the utility layer, more like a bank,
Yeah.
and then you're allowing the transaction between AI to start happening.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I am basically building an agent for all the diners.
Exactly.
So-
You're welcoming all the agents to your platform. I mean, essentially, you will be like, when people ask you to build a website, you become the centralized, or you become the aggregation of everything,
Yeah.
so that people can just leverage your technology.
Yeah.
Essentially, I think Bravo is heading to that direction in future. You know, when people trying to book restaurant, instead of AI calling a different restaurant,
Yeah.
AI will find source and index in Bravo platforms.
Yes.
I think that's really, really critical, because you guys, the imagination of the growth of Bravo is going to be really huge.
I think the future is crazy. Yeah. I really don't know where we are heading to and how everything is going to turn out. Yeah. But I do see a huge potential
Yeah, exactly.
on like restructuring the whole infrastructure for banking and for paying and for all the transactions. Because in the future, the most important data that AI, I think, actually need is not humans' intention. AI knows about human intention already. AI also know your decision.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
AI don't have a confirmation on your transaction
Exactly.
just yet. So AI is always guessing. Yes. If we have the transactions, if we could close that loop, AI is going to be much smarter.
So what we're doing right now for both Bravo and AllScale, we are all trying to freeing up AI's ability. I
Yes.
mean, it's not optimized. You know, supposedly everything should be optimized on chain, on your passkey, on your own identity already. You're really leveraging your own asset.
So Leo, tell me, how are you going to serve and empower all your partners in the future, including Bravo?
It's really a great question, Max. The sentiment for stablecoin 2 years ago is very different from now, because right now it's regulated. You know, you see the regulation clarity from last year. The Genius Act is approved by Trump. So you see that a lot of real world company, Web2 companies globally, they are coming to embrace stablecoin. They are trying to open up another channel for stablecoin payment volume. And that's what AllScale is helping them with. Their existing users having stablecoin, they're actually 700 million users having crypto. And I would say most of them are somewhat using stablecoin for their investment or payments. So these are big volume for companies, especially for the online platforms. And now we have like the biggest player, like Bravo, as a consumer-based company. And we have gaming companies, AI companies. For example, they have subscription-based payments using a stablecoin. AI agents leveraging stablecoins of our wallet infrastructure. And we also have, offline companies that's sending invoice to their partners or vendors leveraging AllScale solutions. So we're basically in all sectors that is embracing the stablecoin technology or AI technology leveraging stablecoin. Our hope is to build the seamless, abstraction layer so that, as a payer to pay stablecoin, or as a receiver, as a merchant, they don't need to understand blockchain, whatever. And we're building this service so that they can leverage a stablecoin. They feel like there's no blockchain and seamlessly. So that's what we're heading to.
All right. So Leo, you talked about how you power your partner. Let me show you my partners.
Really? Wow.
Yes. Yeah, let's go.
I'm excited.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite spots in the city.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nice.
yes. So, the beer here is one of the best beer.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about the story behind Bravo, and this is R&B, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. So this one is one of the award-winning beer in 2025. Yes.
Let me take a
really
sip.
good. Yes.
Wow.
Well,
Amazing.
This spot, if it's in the summer, every day after work, me and my friends or my partners, we are always gathering here. Yeah, same as all the other professionals who's working around this area.
I can definitely imagine. Look at the patio here, the space. This is incredible,
Yep.
and it's quite vintage. All the decorations, everything.
Yes.
I love this place, and I mean, talking about Bravo, you guys definitely partner for a while.
Yes.
And if there's a big group coming in,
Yes.
I think definitely using Bravo is a way to avoid the awkwardness of splitting the bill.
Yep.
Right? How does you initially partner with this store, and what's the actual benefit of people that's using Bravo here?
Yep. So actually, way in the beginning, I think one of the store manager here is actually our users.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So one day he just reached out to us and goes like, "Hey, can we partner? Like, how does it work?" Yeah. So basically, within like 10 minutes, we have decided to partner together.
From
Yes.
user to merchant.
Exactly. Exactly.
Smooth transition.
Yes, and because it's a pub, it's a bar,
Yeah.
so splitting the bill, as you said, it's a very important part. That's also what our digital wallet does the best as well. So basically, one person buy the bill, the rest could just chip in. So it's like one person buy
Very
the bill,
convenient,
yes, and then it's just divide up the amount automatically and send it to all their friends.
Perfect. I think
Yes.
that's so easy and such way to avoid awkwardness to ask people to give me the money. I think this tastes really good. It has
Okay.
a special smell. Yeah.
Okay, let's finish this up. I got a dinner option for you.
I can't wait.
Yep.
Looking forward to it.
Okay,
Cheers. Hey Max, walking down the street at the center
Yep.
of Vancouver.
Yep.
Well, I call it Vancouver.
Yes, in fact, Bravo restaurant is everywhere in Vancouver.
Exactly.
So we just walked past. We are just arriving this restaurant called Alum.
Yep.
Yes, it is actually one of my favorite Michelin restaurant in the city.
Oh, it says the best
yes.
100 in
Yes,
Vancouver.
Canada's best 100 restaurants.
Wow.
But unfortunately,
I was gonna ask.
we don't have a reservation tonight.
That's fine.
Yes, I'm going to bring you to one of their sister store,
Yeah.
Zarak.
Sister store. Wow.
Yes,
Looks fancy here.
yes. It's one of the most authentic Afghanistan cuisine in the town. Wow, this is Zarak, one of my favorite restaurants in the city.
Wow. Look at the food. What is this?
This is the mantou dumpling. Okay, when we look at the food here, it's amazing how they begin as a self-service little local restaurants, and eventually they open multiple stores in Vancouver. Yeah, all these authentic Afghanistan food, it's based on the owner's mother's recipe.
Wow.
Yes, you have to try it. The beef inside
sure.
is juicy.
Maybe can you tell us, because I think the customer profile is quite different.
Yes.
Coming to this shop or
Yes.
restaurant.
Yes.
What does Bravo provide for them, and how does both restaurant and customer they are getting the benefits out of Bravo app?
Yes, so we have about 40,000 registered users in Vancouver. All of them have different profile. Some of them is looking for everyday after work enjoyment, entertainment. They are going to R&Bs. But when those people, they want to go out for special occasions, for example, if they have a celebration or anniversary with their families, they are going to come to high-end restaurant like this.
sure, yeah.
And we highly recommend them to use Bravo as their discovery platform and discover all these fantastic food in Vancouver.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think this is really great. Bravo not only provides split and bill functionalities, the perks for discounts, but also as a discovery app for
Yes.
foodies, I would
Yes.
say. And I think it's a huge potential for Bravo to grow.
Well, and at the same time, I would like to introduce Bravo to your user
Of
as
course,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm
that they
definitely
can.
going to welcome our community to look at Bravo and
Yes.
see if any local people can leverage that
Yes.
perks.
Yes, let's enjoy the food.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.